What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a lovely one today. Let's go ahead and listen to some more ELP, if you don't mind. I hope you don't. We're going to listen to the track C'est la Vie. This is off of Works 1, which was released 1977. There it is. Okay. So, we had listened to Fanfare a little bit ago, and I asked you guys because after listening to the classic run of albums, I hadn't really heard any more recommendations for the band. So in talking about their further albums and works especially, a lot of you chimed in and said that there's not really a lot to really dive into with the band after their notable period of music. But a few of you have recommended a few songs off of this album. I think it's really off of this one and maybe Works too. I'm not really sure because I haven't looked at where those other tracks you guys recommended are from as of yet. But I figured let's go ahead and at least listen to a little bit more. I enjoy the band. I think you guys enjoy the band. So, it just makes sense. But a few people that recommended this. Sam Stevenson, Raymond Anthony, Gary Arnett, Snowdog87, I see you popping in there as well. With a little bit of that. Jimmy Fortru. Hear you say that as well. Actually, that was from a year ago. So here we go. Jonathan Smith, and the list kind of goes on a little bit. Rodrigo Ferreira, appreciate you. And then Jim Schroeder. So let's go ahead and give C'est la Vie a listen here. Now, I do know that this album is broken up into 4 different sides, each side dedicated to a specific member. And this side specifically is Greg Lake's side. So let's see if he's going to charm us with his words, with his bass, maybe both. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll talk about it after. Let's go. All right, let's talk about it. Let's sit down, have a little bit of a discussion. Let's talk about it. Before getting into the track, I'm already anticipating and hoping that I'm going to get Greg's voice in full. And it is so rich. It's so creamy. If you're lactose intolerant, you don't want to listen to his voice because it's just creamy. It's just so good. It's so rich. It warms. I love Lake's voice. That is fantastic. I just love the way he sings. He just has one of those presence in the music itself. This is a track kind of like Still You Turn Me On, where it's a little bit more of a simplified number, and Lake's voice is really what carries a lot of that. But in this track specifically, of course, the haunting guitar. I love that. I see that he's the one playing that. No bass playing. No bass on this one. But you didn't need it, because what filled the room was not only the presence of his voice, but also the strings that come in and just totally enrich the soil, allowing everything to bloom beautifully. It's a great day in the garden listening to Mr. Lake here. Then you also had an accordion solo which came in, which, accordions remind me of French music sometimes, like the traditional French music perhaps you would hear in Paris. I don't know. I've never been. I'm just going off of like that little chanson, right? And then, the title of the song, C'est la vie, that's life, French. So, that kind of brings it all together. I'm imagining, because I don't see specifically an accordion player here on the personnel, I'm sure that's probably Emerson whipping something up on the keys over there. He's turning his knobs, twisting his switches, getting his gears right. And he's like, hey, boom, I got you an accordion. He can pretty much make any sound up here on all the gizmos and things in the machinery that he has at his disposal. So that's nice that that's whipped up and put in here. It doesn't take away from the music. Actually, it adds a nice little bit of radiance here in the song as well. It's a straightforward piece, but it does hit a certain, at least for me, I don't know about everyone else, but at least for me, it hits a certain feeling that I would want and expect to hear coming from Mr. Lake here. The lyrics. C'est la vie. Oh, I missed it. There you go. C'est la vie. Have your leaves all turned to brown. Will you scatter them all around you? C'est la vie. Do you love? And then how am I to know if you don't let your love show for me? C'est la vie. Who knows who cares for me? In the night do you light a lover's fire? Do the ashes of desire for you remain? Like the sea, there's a love too deep to show. Took a storm before my love flowed for you. C'est la vie. Who cares for me? It's one of them heartbroken love songs, ain't it? And then the ending, like a song out of tune and out of time, all I needed was a rhyme for you. Do you give, do you live from day to day? Is there no song I can play for you? Who knows? Who cares for me? Say la vie. Now, I don't know about the rest of the songs on Greg Lake's specific side of the album, which is side 2. You have Lend Your Love to Me Tonight, which also sounds kind of romantic. Hallowed Be Thy Name, sounds like a metal song. Nobody Loves You Like I Do, sounds like a soul funk song. Closer to Believing, sounds like a Journey song. I don't know. But I would like to kind of like, at least, even if not in totality, because I know that there wasn't like a lot of recommendations or comments about this album really too much, but at least maybe to pick apart a few of the tracks on here would be probably kind of interesting. So let me know what you guys thought of the tracks. Thank you guys for the recommendations as well. Did I say thank you for the recommendations for the tracks? It's one track. Thank you, regardless. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye.